Welcome back to Channel Devonity, the only show where a bunch of less than desirables drink copious amounts of cider and play in the heart of Devon.
Roar.
Don't forget, if you're enjoying the show so far, hit like, hit subscribe. It means a lot and it helps us out a considerable amount. So do it. Help us out, please.
Desperate.
So, everyone's had a good time? Yeah? Good week?
Yep.
That's alright.
So,
Yeah, great. Lots of enthusiasm. I like it. Yeah, it's going to be a good session.
Saving the energy.
Yeah.
We're going to need it for swimming.
Yeah, saving our oxygen.
Okay, so let's play Dungeons and Dragons. Let's play Channel Devonity. On the last episode, who wants to give a rough rundown? Where did we get to? What did we do?
sand, then caves.
Caves!
Yeah. Lots of sand, lots of cave, an impressive amount of cave.
We have one vision
Oh, yeah.
of impending doom.
Always good.
Which was nice.
Inside the cave.
Far away from the doom.
Had a lot of walking, which then proceeded with a sandstorm, and then a lot more walking in the cave. Managed to actually get some water though, some clean water,
Yeah.
which is a massive shake, seeing as we had nothing left because we used it for the journey.
We had a nice long rest.
Had a long rest.
Yeah.
Saw some glowy friends in the cave.
Bloody friends.
Yeah, sun thingies.
Sunseekers, weren't they?
That's the ones.
And then, then ended up going...
Oh, we had that rope bridge
Oh, yeah.
that we all successful walked across.
My night's
Yeah,
rest.
that's right.
Yeah. Norman was well over there.
And then we came across a cave-in, and what we assume is a water passage underneath the cave-in. We assume.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, that's what you assume.
That's right. You assume.
So, because of the assumption, I'm telepathically linked to Norman at the minute with a rope around my waist, and I've literally just dived in.
That's right. So you were going first?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's pick up straight from there.
Roll survival. Roll survival, please.
It's going to be great.
As you drop down into the water, you feel the coldness, the chill running through your spine as you sink deeper and deeper. Opening your eyes, you see the waters are very murky, enough so that you need to squint in order to not get any particles that are just floating or stinging into your eyes.
Buying goggles. Fucking buying goggles.
From where you are, glancing straight down, you can see how the cave-in had caused what would have been the tunnel to drop beneath a shallow pass of water that used to run along this pathway.
Okay.
In order to get down under this collapse, you're going to have to dive down deeper.
Okay.
Turning back around one by one, I assume the rest of you are going to follow.
Well, telepathically linked with Norman, I'm going to tell everyone how deep you've got to dive down, because we weren't all going to follow in case when I get down there it's blocked.
Okay.
So I'll go down because I've still got the rope around me. I'll go down and then see if it goes just straight through and then back up.
Okay.
Maybe try and use it as a guide.
Yeah, and then use it as a guide rope so everyone else can just follow it.
Okay. So you dive deep. You dip under the fallen tunnel section then and swim even deeper down. And just ahead, squinting your eyes, you can see a tiny gap where you think you could squeeze through to pull yourself to the other side of the tunnel. So where the tunnels will collapse, there's like a little crack down beneath that you think you could pull yourself through, which would, in theory, put you on the other side of the tunnel where you want to be.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to give it a go, obviously.
You going to try and squeeze through?
Well, I know everyone in the party will fit through it, correct?
So yeah, you think everyone could. You think it's going to be a tight squeeze for two of the party members, but you think you'll be right.
I'd like to jump on him.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, yeah, go with that.
Okay, can you give me an athletics test?
Please, baby.
Oh dear.
It's okay, you're on a rope.
0.
You got a 0. Oh, with your minuses.
I got a 2 and rolled a -2.
At least it wasn't bad.
Oh no.
Okay, so as you try and push yourself through the gap, part of the stony rocks catches your leather armor, and you're having to start to pull back. In the panic of feeling yourself trapped, you have to yank one of the straps of your leather armor, and you feel a bit more air escape as these little tiny bubbles just evaporate and pop up into the surface. Well, where the surface would be, it just hits the roof, which is also flooded at this point. You kind of feel like you've lost like a turn's worth of air.
I'm going back.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going back. I'm just going to play Norm, biffed it trying to go through the gap.
Okay, so you literally just go...
Yeah,
come out of the
back
water.
up. I'm going to touch this back on, because if this comes loose as I'm going through, I'm get stuck in there, I'm dead. So I'm like, a small clothing defect. I'm going to go back. Small crack to get through. I think you and Norm are going to struggle slightly, but I think it can be done. So,
Can you see if you can make the crack bigger?
yes. But the only thing is, if I do that, I do risk collapsing the gap,
Is it worth taking your gear off and
dragging it
then
through.
we drag our gear through separately?
Maybe.
Just to make it a bit lighter for ourselves.
Yeah.
What gear?
Well, I was going to say I've got my sort of like large jacket and my tubes in my bag. Do I think I'd be able to swim down if I had the jacket just tied to my bag, swim down, take the bag off, pull it through, and then swim? Because I know if I try and swim holding onto it, I'm not going to be able to swim.
Yeah, you think you'd be able to do that. You're an apt enough swimmer.
To go down.
Because your swimming rate is your constitution modifier, isn't it? For how many minutes? Is that correct? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's something like
Yeah, I think so.
you can hold your breath.
Hold your breath to
Sounds
call,
about
shoot,
right.
and modify a number of minutes.
Yeah, so you think you'd be able to do that?
Okay.
And what's your constitution modifier?
1.
I mean, that's true. You'd go. Yeah.
But I'm quick.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's my only saving grace. I'm fast.
Yeah. I mean, in this situation,
Might
it's
have a plan
not
to
always
keep
that
it
great, is it?
Okay.
I need a gap, I can see the other side.
Yeah, it's a gap. We're going to Misty Step.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to give it another go.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, Pat Mill?
So you
Hello.
splash back into the pool and go down deep and head back down underneath the tunnel and find the little gap.
I'll try and go through it again.
Okay, give me an athletics test.
Please be better. 14.
Okay.
That's fair.
Damn, he's not dead!
Yeah, so you head down and you manage to pull yourself through that gap this time. You very carefully make sure nothing is going to be attached to the rock or pull and tug, and you angle yourself on the other side of the cave-in. Your vision is still quite impeded at this point by the murky waters, but you can make out in front of you now from this gap. You can see there are 2 cavern tunnels, one leading left and one right.
Go left.
You're going to go left. Okay.
It's 50-50. I just rolled the dice. Literally.
It's fine. Okay, so you
Yeah.
veer left via Tarum. And you begin to swim. Sorry.
Are you happy with that one?
I was really happy with that. I was really happy.
You have a moment. Enjoy that.
You do you, yeah. Okay.
You veer left and head down the small cavern alcove. You see, just as you sort of dive down into the tunnel, you see just above you is a small pocket above, enough that you think you'd be able to submerge. So where the water is, it's just like you can still see the
So I
roof,
could get air.
but you think you can get, it's like an air pocket.
I'll go for air.
Okay. You head straight that way and manage to take a long breath. And go back down again. You continue to head further down the tunnel of the cavern, and give me a perception test with disadvantage because it's really murky waters. And there is no light down here.
11.
11, okay. You swim to where you think the tunnel would lead, and you come to a rocky sort of dead end at that point. So you know that there's no further.
I can't go. So
can't
left,
go any
left,
further.
left is a dead end.
But what you do see, at the very bottom of this cavern, is you find what looks like an old sort of clay jug, but it's wrapped in a very old, soaking yellow cloth.
I'll grab it.
Yeah. Okay. So you take the jug.
I'm going to swim back to air pocket.
Okay. Back again. You swim back.
And while I'm taking a second with air,
down.
Super quick. My telepathy is probably going to run out like in almost any second now. So
how long does it take?
3 minutes.
Okay. And I'll just be like, I was going to say, in this breath, I'll be like, Norm,
Right.
I took left. Left was the wrong tunnel to take. I've just found an air pocket. I'm spinning around. I'm going to go right. If I get through to the other side and it's clear, I'll give 2 tugs on the rope.
Right.
And then just follow the rope through. And then I just go, and then back under.
Okay.
And I go,
And so you swing straight from the left and go into the right tunnel.
yeah.
Okay, so you head into the right tunnel and you continue to swim through, following how the tunnel sort of it dives, and the gap narrows again slightly, and you feel like you're going to have to pull yourself through the narrow gap again. So I'll need another athletics test.
Oh, it's not claustrophobic at all.
I'm so excited to try.
14.
Okay, so you manage to pull yourself through that little tiny gap and continue swimming down the tunnel. At this point, you see there's a mouth. Your mouth. At this point, your mouth opens as bubbles escape your nose and your mouth, billowing and popping above as your oxygen begins to deplete from this long stretch. It's quite a long stretch of the tunnel. You swim on through and you see the tunnel continue straight on at this point. Give me a perception test.
Disadvantage again?
No. You've got full advantage. There's a few little beams. 19. Okay. So you just can see this long stretch of corridor. There's a bit of moss here and there on the walls, but nothing major.
I'm still underwater.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Well, I'm just going to have to keep
You
getting.
want to keep going?
What if there's more?
No, it just means it's been damp.
Is that what it is? I was going to say, if there's moss, is there air?
So you're going to
Not
keep going?
necessarily.
Well, I'm going to have to. I haven't really got an option.
Okay.
I've gone far enough that I can't turn back.
Okay, you keep swimming forward. And as you get a little bit closer to the this green weed, you can see that rather than a kind of just a standard weed, you notice little tiny pink spores that are protruding from the tips of these little vines that connect to the actual moss.
At least you're going to die surrounded by something kind of nice.
Do I know what that is?
Give me a nature check.
Thank God my nature's high. 18.
18, okay. Yeah, so you have heard of this and you have encountered it before. So this is what's known as cave weed. So cave weed is
The best for smoking.
it's a type of weed that only grows beneath in cavernous or flooded cavernous areas. Now, technically, what they usually do is, as people or creatures or anything unaware will go past it, they tangle them up and will literally try and feast on the people as they go past.
I'm aware, so I quite like not to be in it.
Okay, so it's either side of the tunnel, so to get through the tunnel, you're going to have to go through.
I'm guessing we just don't go this way. We have to find.
Have you got something sharp?
What, you got any blasting sticks?
You see another pocket of those.
Yeah, right, yeah, I'm gathering. Well, guns don't walk over.
Guns don't kill people.
No, guns, no.
Drowning does.
Cave weed does.
Cave weed do.
Yeah, technically, we've got gun. Yeah.
Cave we do.
We've got gunpowder.
What kind of water?
So
That's alright, Ray, just go for it, and if we see the rope
I
starting to
have to
stretch...
just go for it, yeah.
Okay, you head right through. And you just begin to swim as fast as you can through the...
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Double dash.
It's gonna be fine.
Okay, so as you are partially through, you see some of the weed then wraps around your leg. Give me a strength test, please.
Excellent. No, -2. Wonderful.
Better roll high.
Oh, shit.
That's knowing you, Viator. You will be missed. What was the protocol?
7. Okay, great.
Oh, shit. If he's struggling with this weed, is the rope giving a full dash?
The weed basically wraps around your leg now as you're in the water and starts to pull you to one side of the cavernous wall. At which point there is a tautness about the rope, so it does begin to ricochet back through the rope.
alright, we're pulling him out.
Pull him.
Pull. We just start pulling. Everyone together.
So, what did you get again?
7.
7, yeah. Mm-hmm. So are you trying to pull them out?
Yeah, we're going to put him out.
Mm-hmm.
We think he's panicking.
So as you try and pull
They
the rope...
would have noticed things run out by now.
Okay, so as you try and pull the rope, you feel you can't seem to put, like something's tugging and not giving. At which point you realise this thing has now restrained you. As more of the weeds begin to wrap around your arms, and it's beginning to try and pull you closer to it.
Do we need someone very strong? Okay, Fenrir's coming in, he's grabbing that rope, and he's holding it with all of his might.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a strength test.
Oh, all of us.
And give me
I'm even
if
helping.
you can give me
We're all helping.
give me dexterity.
Yeah, that's the one, baby.
I'm helping.
27.
Nice.
18.
Nice. Okay, so you valiantly pull with all your might.
Not moss chops.
I only got 10.
So from where you're pulling, Fenrir, these little arms just creep around your back and grab the rope and go.
He's like, not again.
Yeah, you go, moss chops.
And you feel like suddenly the rope's pulling, and this weed it slightly untangles as you see some of the strands begin to snap slightly. But then you're able to just yank your leg out of of the actual direction of it and just free yourself. And suddenly you're just like, and just pull down the tunnel.
I'm going to turn. I'm going to try and turn, so I'm holding onto the rope and going with it. Because if I'm coming through that crack backwards, I'm going to be serious.
Okay, so you give me an athletics test.
Oh my god.
Why athletics?
Be dexterity, surely.
Acrobatics, yeah. No, so
Jesus,
that's what I
Flipping
meant.
in the water.
Nat 20, I'm the most acrobatic person you've ever met in your life.
Okay, so you managed to spin yourself
Streamline
around.
yourself around.
The Japanese swim team, like this. Straight down.
You managed to pull yourself out and hold onto the rope, and literally, it's a moment of beauty. You just slink nice and small.
Think small thoughts.
Yeah. And soon enough, you pull to the surface and see Fenrir and Mosschops holding the rope.
I'm going to cough up a lot of water.
I start like
Spill everywhere.
It's like
Yeah.
nose, mouth, like covered in little bits of weed. I'm like,
you're right. Would anybody else like to give it a go?
No. Thanks.
I'm starting to think probably not the way to go.
what's in the jug?
Tell me, wise man, what's in the jug?
So you look in the jug at this moment.
It's full of air.
Cave weed.
Full of air and anti-cave potion.
Anti-weed potion.
In the jug itself, you see that there is another yellow cloth wrapped inside the jug.
Is there another jug inside that?
Tiny jug. Like
And
a
eventually,
milk
you end up with a nice milk jug.
Jugs and cloths the whole way down.
Detect poison on it.
Yeah, go. Yeah, sure, go.
What, it'd be nature or survival?
I would.
Survival.
Sniff for poison.
Do we want to do an
Taste.
arcana check on it as well? Because it's magic.
What would you? I would.
Be survival with that.
Yes, yeah.
Survival. Yeah.
You're looking for
Okay. I was wondering about medicine, but no, okay,
stereotypically
yes.
poisony
Survival.
Oh, medicine might be,
I
yeah.
was wondering about that because it's.
Well, if it's medicine, I'm higher in medicine than survival.
What did you get?
Well, I got a 10, so it's either a 17 or a 15.
Okay. Well, I think either way that's enough. Either
Okay.
one. So, yeah. So you can't
those
detect.
dead.
You can't detect any poisons.
Okay, I just keep on wrapping it.
What about magic?
Yeah, fuck it, I almost drowned.
I'm going to do an arcana check on it. Just in
You're
case there's magic coming off it.
I'm going to give him a hand with that.
Okay.
Can it good? Because I only got fucking 7.
That's good.
Roll
Giving you
again.
help.
Yeah, because you get advantage in that.
That's not much better. That's an 8.
That's a little bit better.
You can't see anything glowing.
One better.
You
Magic.
unwrap the cloth, and
use that
inside there's like a little ball that's wrapped in another yellow cloth. And once you unwrap that cloth, you see that you have a large pearl
Oh,
worth about 25 gold.
That's it.
shiny.
Turns out that's what my
So we've got
life
some money. That's not really useful.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tell me when to stop, like.
Yeah, about that size.
Baller.
that's quite a pearl.
You know what they say about big pearls.
Big clams.
So it's not
Don't be so
really-
disgusting, Fenrir.
Just one of the boys.
Yeah, just one
Right.
of the boys.
Do I know roughly the distance I swam?
You know that it's like doing your 2,000 meter.
Okay.
Can this cave weed stuff be just cut back?
Something you'd have to find out. I'm not you've not necessarily
Oh my
encountered
God.
it before because
Crazy.
you're from the
Yeah.
far north.
I know about it. Can I cut it?
So you know, you think you could probably cut through it.
I know the way I'm going. Do I just give it another shot?
I was just
But
thinking.
this time with something sharp.
We said that people passed through this way recently,
Yes.
and this cave ain't done that recent. So how the hell did they get through?
Probably that way.
Not through that way, I don't think.
Could we all roll a collective perception
For
to
another
check
way.
I'm not being fucking idiot?
Yeah, sure, cool.
Some other way, yeah.
So everyone has advantage.
Natural 20.
Nice.
17.
Which is a 16.
I picked up some of the
So it's 25.
weed, and was like,
No, 12.
It's got a really salty, sour taste to it.
salty and sour.
That was
Ooh,
persuasion.
Oh, man.
Am I dying?
no, you're not dying. No.
Toasty. Seaweed. Crispy seaweed.
25.
25. Okay, so so looking around the cavernous room, you investigate. You look for every nook and cranny. You look through little indents. You look for any secret
Twitches.
anything that you could press your point. There's nothing. So looking at the cave in itself, it looks like this may have been. It could be old, but whoever's been using these tunnels knows this.
They know the route.
They seem to know
About the
They
cave.
know the route. You can only assume because the footprints that you saw went to that pool and stopped, which assumes that someone knew what they were doing.
Was that jug sealed with something?
No, it
top?
wasn't. It was just a
An
jug.
open jug.
Why don't you take the jug with you upside down?
Yeah, so it's got air in it.
Could do that.
How big's the jug?
Plan B. You have explosives
yeah,
on you,
that's
do you not
it.
from your gun.
A good couple of breaths in that.
We'll make ourselves a little bomb.
What? We blow this.
Hole through the...
It's a bomb.
Well, we still got to get through the watery tunnel with death, haven't we?
Well, we don't know because we don't know how big. Sorry.
The cave in is.
We don't quite know because we don't quite know how big the rock slide is. So if it wasn't overly large, we could put a hole through it. But if it was large, we risk caving in the tunnel below. I reckon I give it one more go.
Alright, I was just going to say as well, like, if this is a regular path for people to traverse, surely they would have cleared it
Yeah,
if it was clearable.
yeah, it's true.
Or they know something we don't.
Or they know something we don't.
When I went down there was just 2 tunnels, wasn't there?
That's right, left and a right.
Yeah.
Left had the pearl, but a dead end,
Yes.
but air pocket.
Yes.
Third time lucky, Ranger.
Yeah. You got the jug this time, it'll get you a bit further.
Do I feel like I could cut the weeds with a rapier if I was down there?
Yeah, you think you could.
I've got a dagger if you want something smaller.
So you,
Or portable.
I think longer's probably going to be
you've,
consistent.
though that you know what this is, you've never properly encountered it. So you've heard of it, but you've not encountered this before.
When it wrapped me up, how long did it reach?
It was probably about 5 feet.
So if I cleared one side of it, I'd be able to get around it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a go.
Go for it, Ranger.
Okay. Right, so you go back down.
Just rapier. No pack, nothing.
Okay.
Just rapier, down
rope.
through, and rope.
Telepathy, are
and
you
start the
reactivating
telepathy
that?
again. But I'm going to ask,
I'm going from the last possible moment.
yeah, do you have to still see me to connect?
Yeah, I gotta see ya.
Okay,
You gotta be within 30 feet of me, but I gotta see ya.
yeah.
So if somebody had like, if someone that has something like a magic light or something that could work in the water, but
Just, I think 3 minutes, realistically.
I can't see shit.
Yeah, realistically, I think I should be fine. So,
I mean,
Now that you know where you're going.
yeah, I know.
As well.
In honesty, I know. I've explained to everyone the path that I've taken. I know that I can get through the gap. I know if I take right, it gets me up to the weed. I'm going to have to try and clear the weed. If I can't clear the weed, I'll return.
We've got the rope in case you get into weed problems again.
I'll spend it. Thank you.
If you do cut any off,
Go for that.
me.
Yeah.
pocket weed.
I'll have to do it again.
Good.
Okay. You begin to head straight back down, head to the right, veer off to the right, and then head. You dip down beneath the tunnel, dip back up again, and soon enough you're at that long stretch where you know the cave weed is set along either side of the rocks.
Can I see the weed?
You can see the weed.
Can I attack the weed on one side?
Yeah, so you'll have to get within 5 feet of it though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
but I know it's coming, you see. So.
Yeah, so as soon as you begin to come towards it, you see the little pink spore type things that are on top of the tips of the vines as they begin to reach out towards you. Then take a slice. Give me an attack roll.
19 plus dexterity, 23.
23. Okay, give me damage.
Save needs to be vertical.
1d8.
No, I reckon that is. Probably never up before.
7.
Okay, as you...
Hang on,
you
is it 7 plus... Is it 7 plus dex? 7 plus dex, isn't it, damage? For a rapier.
For a rapier.
Yeah, because it's 1d8 plus dex damage. Yeah. So it's more than that. It's 12.
Okay, so as you slice down on the cave weed that comes onto the left or right hand side?
Right hand side.
The right hand side. As you slice down, you see like black ichor go splatters as the actual weeds begin to just flails slightly and then hangs limp, but the other side is still flickering through.
Good.
As you do take a slice, you do take 6 points of poison damage as the spores explode, which is like an automatic reaction.
I'm going to take the other side out while I'm there.
You're going to try and take the other side?
Yep.
Okay, so make another attack.
So 6 points damage.
So, yeah, and can you give me a Constitution saving roll, please?
Did it?
Fuck it. 4.
So as it's poisoned, you feel the poison coursing through your veins, and you are poisoned for an hour.
I'm poisoned for an hour. I'm going to go for the other side.
Okay, so you,
Might as well.
you
Oh, yeah.
swing your sword and make another attack roll.
In 15.
15, okay. Again, and roll damage.
11.
11, okay. Again, you swing it, and you see the same black egg spills into the water, and you are poisoned for another 6 points of damage.
I'm gonna...
As the weed hangs limp, you see in the centre of the weed, you see something glinting.
I grab the glinting thing,
You grab the glinting.
and then I'm like, Norman, back please. No, I don't.
No, forward.
Forward. I
Go
lie.
forward. Okay.
What effect does poison have on you for an hour? Because I've
It's
obviously...
on your handy dandy screen of.
Obviously, I have been poisoned before. I'm a ranger. So
I think it
assume,
just
wouldn't
stops you from being able to
Hit point dice.
heal
Yeah.
for the duration.
So a poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh, okay.
So I
just
should
that.
roll that attack with disadvantage.
So on your you should roll a disadvantage on the attack roll. That's my bad.
Okay.
You can roll again if you want.
No, thank you. I'll pick up the shiny thing and keep moving.
Alright, you pick up the shiny thing. So when you pick up the shiny thing, it's
It's poison.
you realise
It's a small gold medallion in the shape of a
you
bizarre
realise that as you
self-pointed
reach
leaf.
for the shiny thing, that your hand has to go inside a half-open skull to get said shiny
At
thing.
this point, I couldn't give a shit.
You take the said shiny thing, and as you pull it from the skull, you realise in your hand you're holding a silver eye patch, which is roughly worth about 45 gold pieces.
Sweet. Turns out my life's worth about 90 gold.
And you continue to swim
Die
through the
rich.
tunnel.
That's a good thing.
But don't you have a cool eye patch?
True. So
And
stop
a
Sam
jug.
getting one eye.
Remember, you got some nice fresh oxygen in an upside down jug as well.
You could wear an upside down jug and one eye. You're protected.
What a look. Strong work.
Do I feel like I'm...
You're getting a bit like.
Take some out.
Okay.
Like this with the jug. I'll down. Roll it.
Sippy, sippy.
The sacred sippy
Not
jug.
too much. Not too much. Thank you.
Okay. You feel your lungs gain a little bit more air. You continue on through the tight tunnel and swim faster and faster now. In the distance, you can see light beginning to filter through.
Oh, well, in time.
Can't wait to get attacked at the other end of this. I'm going to beat these people to death.
Faster and faster, you do your front crawling, I suppose, now.
Or breaststroke.
Breaststroke? Yeah, okay, good.
Front crawl, I'll be hitting the roof. I'll do
Faster and faster, and you can feel your lungs beginning to burn and ache. As finally, you surface from underneath the flooded tunnel, and you can feel fresh cavern air filling your lungs as you cough and spurt.
Perception.
Okay.
Please.
Give me a perception roll.
15.
Okay, so as you pull yourself out, you glance around the new tunnel structure, and you find that you're stood on like a ridge, but because you're in this, there's like a shallow pool here as well. Glancing around, it's quite a high cavern sort of hollowed out area again, and you can see that the tunnel is continuing west, but to the west you can see tiny little light beams seemingly in the distance glinting, which makes you think this could be a way out.
We need normal telepathy.
So it's been 3 minutes yet?
What are you going to do?
Telepathy still?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Norman, I'm not very well, but I've made it. I've cleared the weeds. Poison dissipated?
Not poison yet.
Because all the spines went into my body.
Yeah.
The tunnel is clear. If someone could bring my bag, I'd be much appreciative.
Okay.
Follow the rope through. The rope goes the entire path. Go for it. I'll tie the rope off on this end, so you've got something sturdy to put against. Can I secure the rope, please?
Of course. You find a little nearby rock just poking up enough out of the pool that you can just secure and tie.
Alright.
Sailor's knot, nice and sturdy.
Yeah. Well, I did learn on the airship, so.
Who's next?
I'll go. Looks like fun.
Looks like fun. Rather you than me, the boss. Just follow the rope. Should be simple.
Yeah, what do you need me to roll?
Okay, so as you're coming through, you come to that same gap. I need you to give me an athletics roll.
Athletics?
Yeah.
Where's that? Oh, yeah.
Who's bringing my bag?
Someone.
8.
8.
Probably me.
So with your small stature as well, you kind of you go through and your bag just gets caught a little bit. You turn around, you yank your bag over slightly, and pull yourself through the gap. And continue to head through the tunnel. You see the same dead weed. That doesn't seem to be doing anything, but you can see there's like a cloud of sporish smoke still there. But if you manage to like swim through it without any damage, and soon enough you see the little light source, and you come out the other side with the Torum looking a little bit worse for wear.
You alright?
No. I've been slightly better, if I'm honest. Mars, but you don't happen to have any healing potions on you, do you?
I don't know.
Because I have one in my bag, but it doesn't seem to be with me. The poison
Yes.
I can heal though, can't I? Or can I not heal?
With poison, yeah, you can. It just means so you just have a disadvantage.
I still have a disadvantage for an hour.
Yeah,
Sweet. But I can heal up
you
these
can
12
heal. It
points.
doesn't stop you from healing.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I was just wrong about that.
If I could have a Simpsons, that
was
would be
just
lovely.
wrong.
Thank you.
Sipsies.
I don't think that's how it works. I think you've got to,
Chug a luck.
yeah.
Chuck it.
So I get the salt. Just put it in my eye.
Do you want to pass me the bowl?
Well, I'm going to give him mine
Oh, you're gonna get him.
when my bag arrives.
Oh, okay, right, sure.
D4, isn't it?
D4 plus 2.
D4 plus 2? Healing potion?
2d4 plus 2.
2D4
Yeah, 2D
plus
sticks. No, that's yeah.
It's the good stuff.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's better.
Yeah, that's bad.
Don't forget that Femra and me can both heal you as well.
Yeah, when we get there.
Yeah, I
We
was,
can
I
help
was
too.
just going to take the edge off just in case I got battered to death. So that's 4 plus 2, so 6, so I get rid of one of them.
Cool.
Who's next?
Fenrir will go next, and I'll take
just before you go through, I'm going to cast Blessed on all three of us. So we've got a plus 1d4 to any saving throws
Lovely.
you can make.
Thank you very much.
Through.
Yep.
Can only deal with 3 people. So,
Oh, don't worry. It's
3 ones
fine.
at
I won't hold it against you for the rest of your life.
Fenrir's going to go and he's going to bring Ranger Danger's bag
Okay.
as well.
Okay, so you swim down and you veer to the right and you come to the same gap.
Yeah. Can I stuff his bag through first?
Okay, you manage to you push his bag through. Just drifts out. And you see it open up and you see all these bits of gold and he just begins to float off into the tunnel.
Okay.
There's like a little air pocket and you just see the bag go.
Turn around. I don't want to see you Ranger Danger.
Vacuum of space.
A fish swims through, grabs him by the handle, just.
No.
Just takes the it actually spits out the whole bag, but it's taken the rifle and the pistol.
Yeah, that's gone. 4 damage.
where's my eye patch, you bastards?
Just give me a strength test because you think you're going to have to try and barge your way through.
Okay, come on, Fenrir. You got this. You got this. I said you got this. 9. Can't
Plus
got this.
1d4.
Got this a little bit.
Oh yeah, D4.
The spike.
You never know.
That looks like a cow drop. I might do
How did that even happen? That was quite
four.
Oh. So what did I have? 9. 13.
That's better.
Okay.
That's better.
You literally begin to push yourself through the gap, and then some parts of the rock just begins to snap off as you widen that gap slightly enough to get your figure through, forcing yourself through. And then soon enough, you're back down that tunnel past the dead weed, and
Cool.
submerge.
I want to pop out like L'Oreal advert. Hey boys.
Oh,
Made it.
Just another one of the lads.
And then, hey, Ranger Danger, thought you might want these. Sorry, they're a bit soggy.
That's absolutely fine. Knowing about firearms, I've packed both barrels.
I don't know what that means, but well done.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't tell me you did that.
I also waxed the top of the tubes last episode. Look at the VOD.
He did waterproof his bags.
Yeah. Look at the VOD.
Oh, so
Right, I'll review the footage.
Yeah, you can. Because, trust me, I know what you like.
Let's
I
review
was
the
like,
footage for instant replay.
see me just wax packing everything. Just melting shitloads of candles. It's like,
Yeah, so looking at the footage, it looks like you did.
Well done.
reviewed the footage. It's like, yeah.
Well, I guess I'll go next.
Do you want to wait, Norman? We can pull you through if you're not confident with swimming, seeming you've never done it before.
I would prefer if at least one person was behind me to push while they pull.
Push.
Right.
So you're going at the same time.
So if I go right just behind you,
Yeah.
and then hopefully they can pull us, and then we'll, any trouble, we'll get ourselves through.
Well, that'll be fine.
Let's go then.
Wait, hold on. I'm getting rid of all the useless shit in my bag that I just don't need. Because I got spare parchment, balls big. That's all going to get ruined. Start getting around. Smashing ink wells against the cave walls.
just does a perfect aboriginal thing.
Yeah.
Mammoth just running through his head.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
Every splatter of ink is forming like eldritch runes or something like. Oh, very normal stuff here.
Okay, wait to hell opens up.
And then just as you dip into
Tentacles
the beneath,
discovered.
there's this flash of light as a portal opens up.
That wasn't there before. So, let's go.
Okay, right. I've got the rope. And I really don't know, like, how to swim.
Just
so
pull
I
on the
am
rope.
just.
Well, they should be pulling it. They know.
I am just commando crawling,
Okay, so
and I'm like moving my legs, but I don't really know if
So
it
you
helps.
like dip beneath the water, and as you're trying to move along the rope, you're also being pulled by the other guys, and your little legs are behind them. It's almost like Fred Flintstone in the car, and you're just like.
You're walking in the water, basically.
If you don't know what the Flintstones is, go watch it, kids. It's fun.
No. True.
So you just get pulled through the rope, and yeah, you soon enough you're through that gap. The gap's been widened for you, so it's actually helped quite a lot. And
So both just sail
Fenrir
through.
is shaped like this shaped hole.
What
He does
Fenrir
every time.
actually
He
did
said
was
there was
get
a
in
small
and
gap.
flip. And all the rocks were like...
And you both go through the tunnel past the dead weed, and soon enough, submerged on the other side.
Well, that wasn't too bad, was it?
As you just spit out a little bit of the cave weed.
Fenrir can help. I forgot he can help. Ranger, you're not looking very good, my friend.
No, I've had better days. if I'm
No.
honest.
Would you like some help?
Yes, I'm going for the 300-metre swim badge next week. Have you got practice?
Yeah, very funny. Weave, healing hands, and you got healed.
Lay your hands on
So that was 6, wasn't it?
Zeotarum.
6 out of my pool.
6 out of 2 pool.
So I've got 9 left in my pool.
I hope everyone knows that I'm just sat in the pool. Everyone's coming up through the water. I'm just sat there, like, looking at everyone come through the water.
So when you're sat in the pool and everyone's coming off in the water, coming up through the water, and on this little ridge, you feel something slither between your legs. Then.
Yeah, but that was there already.
Oh, you! It feels like a soft, timid graze against your soaked clothes.
Grab
Do you
it.
want to look?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I assume it's some form of water snake.
You glance down and you see it looks like little tiny red rubies that are just drifting between your legs.
Do I know it is a creature, or is it just actual rubies moving?
These look like red rubies that are just drifting through your legs.
Stab it with your wrist.
Yes, it does. That's not a ruby, but okay.
No. Nature?
Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
18 plus 7, 25.
So every now and then you see these little rubies just slap left and right, just slither.
Little ruby fish.
You can catch one in a jug.
Can you catch one? Give me a dexterity.
17.
Okay. So you quickly dart your hand in and pull one of these rubies out, and as you pull it out of the water, you can see it's trying to dart away, but you're keeping your grasp onto it, and you notice that it is a fish, but the back of the fish looks like a pure red ruby, and these are what you know in this land are literally called ruby fish.
Pretty.
How big are they?
Literally, but a bit like a sort of cod. So.
Oh, they're feral size.
Yeah, for fair size, but
like
it
a
looks like
Can't see
quite
that.
maybe not.
I was gonna say.
Let's go a little bit smaller. So maybe we're not talking like full cod. Let's go for mackerel.
Mackerel.
Go for fish.
It's a fish.
You can tell you're a vegan. You have no idea what fish is. It's a tuna. It's a tuna.
It's a dolphin, all right, not a tuna.
It's a basket whale.
It's just been going between my legs and I hadn't noticed. I grab it out. Jesus Christ!
It's a lot bigger than it looks when you pull it out.
What was in the
They all
water?
say.
Yeah.
It looks like 3 times as big as a goldfish.
Are they-
It looks like a pond Japanese fish, whatever they're called.
Koi carp.
Boy
A
carp.
koi carp. There we go, kids.
Nice.
We've learned
We got
something
that.
new
Yeah,
today.
forget about that stuff.
I know
Learn
they're
your
edible?
fish.
Do you know
Learn
what
your
I'm saying?
fish.
Do I know if they're edible?
You generally you don't think people eat ruby fish,
Why are you eating it?
mainly because of the hard shell. Though you do think there is a possibility that yes,
I quite like food.
just for you viewers at home that are vegan, we don't endorse this.
Eating ruby fish.
Oh yeah, vulture. It can't be any worse than that.
It's okay to eat fish because they don't have any feelings.
Kurt Cobain.
It's a quote.
It's okay to eat fish if you're in a cave.
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah.
So it's good enough for Colin. It's good
You
enough.
know that you'd have to. There's a way to prepare a ruby fish. You don't know how to do that, but you could do it. If you want to keep
He's a sushi chef on the
How
side.
big's
You
the
don't know
jug?
that.
How big's the
Oh,
jug?
that's what I was thinking. I take some water, put it in the jug.
Okay. Can we keep it?
Yeah, I'd say it will fit in there.
So
Can we name it?
we've got a party fish.
Is it still alive?
It's still
Very
alive.
good.
Yeah.
Cool. We're taking it with us. His name's Cavey.
No, his name's Jackson, because I thought it was Apollo.
Get out.
I don't get it.
Artist jokes.
Jackson Pollock's a painting. My bedroom looks like it under a black light.
There it is.
There it is!
If you know, you know.
Seaman.
So the ruby fish is in that. So Jackson's
in the jug.
Jackson's in the jug.
I'm putting my hand in the jug.
I've tied some cord over each handle of the jug, and I am holding him down beside me now.
So he's okay. So you just he's almost like an accessory then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jackson's going.
It's like a satchel.
My well.
Like a satchel. I've just created a satchel.
A satchel fish.
Fashion.
A satchel with Jackson in it,
It's the new hip thing.
Do you not know it's so in this season?
When I come out the other side of this
So
cave, people are
hip.
going to think I'm weird. Yeah.
What is he wearing?
I'm pet.
Where can I get
I'm
one of
pet
those?
Yeah,
Jackson.
whoa. That's
I'm
okay.
Pet Jackson.
I'm sticking my hand in the jar and I'm like, oh.
Good
So
boy.
he's called Jackson, yeah. No?
Yeah, Jackson.
Jackson, and possibly Apollo.
Jackson, not Apollo.
Oh dear.
Right. So what are you gonna do now that you're going to continue through the tunnel, or are you going to rest? How are you?
Oh yeah, we're still in a cave.
Well, the thing is, there's light up ahead, which is a way out.
It looks like it.
I think, how long's the walk? Are we going to be fairly dry by the end of the walk?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not.
You're the guy drew the map.
I don't know.
How far is the
I
walk?
don't even have notes. This is blank paper.
How far is the walk?
We'll have to walk it to find out, I guess.
Yeah, so looking at the tunnel, even though you can see the light, you think it might be a way off. You think maybe you're still looking at about 15-20 minute walk.
Right, we'll just walk it.
Walk for a bit and then see what we get. If not, start a fire for a bit.
Yeah. Dry out.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Join us next week.
In tunnels. The tunnels.
You continue walking down the tunnel,
Yeah.
and eventually you see the white shards that grow closer and closer with each step. Each step and each boot sends an echo about the cavern. And eventually the echoes grow less and less as you get to the mouth of the tunnel. As you step through, there's a blinding white light,
Oh, I'm dead. Excellent.
and finally you traverse the last of the length of the tunnel system, finally stepping out into the open.
How's that sandstorm doing?
Hmm?
How's that sandstorm doing?
It's okay.
We've been in here 3 days. Should be fine.
You step out into the open, and you're met with the first real breath of fresh air you've had for quite some time. The burning rays of the sun are warming you as your eyes readjust to daylight. You're squinting and blinking, trying to readjust. You peer down this, what looks like a slope, and you're standing between a windy canyon either side of you, and it looks like there's a well-trodden path that leads down into the canyon. The sandstorm, there you go. The sandstorm seems to have subsided this side of the desert. Give me a perception test.
18.
Immediately in front of you, you can see a number of travelers' boots that indicate that this seems to be the travel route you'd previously stumbled upon.
Okay.
And the tracks lead southwest.
Well, as far as I can see, is well travelled and it goes southwest, so we're going to vote.
I'm happy to go the well-travelled way.
Might as well see what's ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to go somewhere, surely.
What else are we going to do?
Going this way.
Well, yeah.
What did Jackson think?
And I would like to know how the hell they got through that cave without drowning as well.
Maybe
Maybe yes.
Jackson has feet.
Smile.
No, I'm trying to stare at him, see if he's got tiny legs.
Good tiny leg.
Give me a perception roll.
One legs.
He's evolving in front of your eyes.
The first decent roll of the day. 14.
And it's looking at a fish.
Definitely doesn't have legs.
Definitely.
Oh, what sort of weird fish would have legs?
Yeah, no.
We have water, don't we?
Yeah, so between you, all of you now, you have literally, you
One flask
have...
each.
you actually used some of the flasks, remember, on the way through the sandstorm.
Do we not fill our water skin?
Oh no! Yes, of course you did. So, yes.
Because I filled them all to the brim.
Then you do. You do have a flask each.
We have a big jug that we could fill with even more clean water.
But now it's got our pet fish in it.
Do we necessarily need to bring Jackson?
Yes.
The thing is, that pool wasn't clean water, was it?
No, it's quite murky.
You're going to drink that.
And it's also now got poison in from the
Fine.
the cave reed.
Scrap that off. Just start toning it.
Yeah. Start
Yeah. Well, the thing that's the only. I'm going to pull.
Well, worst comes to worst, I might be able to do something about that.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm going to put venturing hat back on, scarf up. Go.
Okay. You continue to walk down the path.
Single file again.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Single file again.
Back in the middle. Oh, nice and protected. Frizzing my hair back out again.
You press on for almost 2 hours, walking through this canyon structure with nothing really seeming amiss. You keep to the tracks that you've seen. Glancing left and right, you see the brown and orange hues of the rocks all seemingly becoming very alike. But thanks to your tracking, you're able to stay on the right route. The heat continues to press down. And I need each of you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Banter.
Ooh.
19.
19.
Oh, nice.
18.
So 10.
That's Constitution. 19.
18.
19.
Okay, so everyone but Muschops, you feel fine. Yes, the heat is intense. You continue. Muschops, you gain 1 point of exhaustion.
1 point of exhaustion.
As the heat is so intense now, you're beginning to stumble slightly.
Well, you are the smallest, I suppose, aren't you?
I will try to give him a lift. Come here, my boy.
Come in, my book.
Come here, sweet baby thing.
Thanks, Norm.
Why can't I put you where you're not even more in the way of the suns?
Just hold him straight up towards
Just hold him up, that circle of life moment.
Put him in the jacket. Nice and shady.
Yeah. I'll let that happen.
Alright, so you
I'll
just
let
get
that.
pulled
You let him call that.
into Norman.
Pulled into my...
Beard as a hat. Keep the sun out.
just got the beard slumped over.
Embrace
It's still
my...
slightly damp, surprisingly. And you're not sure if that's the water or sweat, but
You'll take it.
it's soothing.
Nothing.
There's also some drool and some cave weed.
Feel looked after.
You continue to press on for what feels like an eternity. Though it's more than likely been an hour since you last stopped to catch your breath. When you see a faint billow of smoke and a cluster of roofs from a village in the distant desert hills.
Civilization?
That's not a mirage.
You are unsure exactly what this village is, but at last you feel like you've come across some form of civilization again. Are you going to continue to press on?
How far away is it?
It looks like it's going to be a couple of hours walk to get to that destination.
Just keep pressing on.
Yeah, push on.
Now on.
Okay.
Seems the best destination.
Weird question, maybe. I don't recognise this place, do I?
It doesn't look familiar.
No, okay.
I know what you're thinking you are.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Oh!
Yeah, I was like, oh! That was quick.
You continue to push forward. You realise now that you've been actually travelling for almost 2 days since you crash landed from the Soulless Night. The journey through the underground cavern passages, actually as troublesome as they were, probably saved your lives from the intense storms that were running rampant across the land.
And the murderous pirates.
And the murder.
And the murderous pirates, can't forget them.
From where you are now, you estimate you're only probably another hour or so from actually being at the village itself, or what you think might be a village. From what you can see, at least what can you make out from the rooftops, it seems a very similar size to Little Nook. And just beyond the village, you can see a cluster of trees that seems to morph into a woods to the far north of it. It seems a bit of a meagre village, but a welcome sight after the last few days of danger
Take
on the
it.
road.
Yeah,
Jesus
it's fine.
Christ, yes.
One thing you are certain of, though, is this isn't Bast.
I don't give a shit. Couldn't care.
That's okay.
I'm
That's
just
just
on
the,
being alive.
Bast is the grand radiant opal of the south, where your destinations were fated.
Well, we can ask him where we are.
Yeah.
We're in the pebble of the southwest.
As you gain a little bit closer, you notice it doesn't look like there's any guards at the gates. But in fact, what you see are lots and lots of wagons that litter the entrance. It's pretty unlike most towns that you've visited in Dahoon before.
Are the wagons abandoned, or are they...
So, give me a perception.
Wagons. Uniform. Or are they all scattered about the place?
Give me a perception.
22.
So you can see that there doesn't appear to be anyone on the wagons.
Okay.
And they're not clustered. They're not in a line. They're all randomly clustered in sporadic places, almost like they have been used to potentially barricade or block a way out of the village.
Okay.
Okay.
But not enough that it's like a full barricade.
Okay.
Like sporadically.
So this whole village, is it surrounded by a wall? All the way around?
No,
No.
it's quite open.
You said there was smoke.
Little billows of smoke
Where from?
from various chimneys.
Oh, right.
Okay.
So there's definitely someone in there.
So it's not
Or
on
was
fire.
there?
Okay, so there doesn't look to be any certain colours. It seems like a various collections of different colours, almost like these could be merchants' wagons.
Okay. Is there anything on the wagons?
You can't see anything on the wagon other than what you'd expect, very canvas, sort of huge canvas tent, canvas rigging that's over the wagons itself. And the ones that are more open have occasional crates and boxes.
I load the musket and the pistol.
Yeah, you're gonna take them? Okay.
19. Ooh. I might not do so good. 9. It should beat the dex modifier. What's the dex modifier for the pistol?
Without looking at the might say on there. Is it not?
So it's a misfire of 2. So does that come down to normal? So it does. meet it. You can carry on, I'll just see if I can on it.
So this village is just on an open plain. There's no like cliffs or anything nearby.
No, so it looks like an open plain.
Yeah.
Lots of sand dunes, but then it flattens out into just a nice
Is
sand
anyone
deep
like
house.
watching the
One hand, I can do it with my action.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fine. I think that's fine. So you're going to basically clean them and get them
Shall
ready.
we?
Keep going in because I really want to go to bed.
So you press on.
Press on.
Yeah, okay. You press on. Are you just casually walking, or are you rushing forward a bit more? Or?
I think casually walking. I think
yeah.
casually walking is probably going to be the better idea.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to walk into something that's like trappish.
Yeah, every now and then just have a glance around the surroundings. Yes.
Okay, so you glance around the surroundings. It's just sand
Is
as far
there
as the
people
eye can
moving
see.
around?
You can't see anyone at the gate. Now, you know that you can't see at the immediate vicinity of the village. You can't see anyone that appears to be moving around. You do press on, and as you grow closer to the village now, you begin to hear a faint commotion of voices, loud and frantic screaming, in fact.
Aye.
Then you hear angry responses. You get closer, and then you can see that the wagons are empty. Horses are still tethered to the wagons, but there's no riders or passengers. And you're literally right in front of you, all this cluster of wagons that actually doesn't look like this is a mirage. It looks like this is a real place.
Where's all this noise coming from?
So, real rough guess is that you think this is coming from the town square.
Oh, what all that old commotion's about? Oh, let's go have a look.
Even if they don't sound very happy, it's quite nice to hear the sounds of other people.
Yeah.
These horses that are still tethered, what kind of condition are they in?
Horse.
We get
Perception.
horses.
Let's have a look.
Like pet the horses.
Well, actually, no, I suppose it'd be animal, wouldn't it?
Animal handling.
Yeah.
14.
14. They look like they've been there well kept. They've got riding sort of various conditions about them, various.
So not like malnourished and
Yeah, they're not like malnourished. They look like they are well ridden and they're well used. They look like they are literally merchants and travellers.
just trying to figure out when they turned up, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So they look like they haven't been there for a while.
It looks. They haven't been there for that long now. It looks like whatever the commotion is, it's not
Recent, yeah.
been going on that long.
Okay.
I'll just give the horses like a little pat on the side. Just
Good boys.
As you pat them on the side, very content.
I'll just lead us around the square, I think.
Okay, so you cut through the mass of the wagons that's blocking the way into the village then, and you spot several people that rush past you, dressed in a wash of red, yellow, and orange robes. Some of them are wearing hijabs and burqas and even simple head wraps. All mixes of races: halflings, elves, dwarves, humans, and you see a huge, lumbering Tapux makes its way past you all. Its half-sized trunk hanging from its large snout, and it's black with all black skin with small little white patches up and down, which creates the colour of its skin. But it is wearing tight leather armour, caressing its chest as it walks past you, and it looks at you and goes, "Excuse me."
What prints is it leaving on the ground?
What print? So it's actually it actually looks like it's like a bit like pictures, I believe.
I don't recognise it from the cave, do I?
Do a little perception roll. Survival.
Oh. No.
I have my eyes closed. My eyes are so closed,
See.
Okay.
it would almost be like a 1.
Okay.
Can I just say to them, "Excuse me, my friend, you can tell us where we are, could you?"
The Tapux turns around and with its trunk just like flapping from left to right. You're in a Deska.
Deska. Oh.
Desk.
If you'll excuse me, I have to go to the commotion.
How do you spell that?
Begins to rush.
Thank you.
Edesska, Edesska. Just like Nightmare.
Fireball. Fireball.
You forgot to say casting.
Oh, casting, yeah.
How far are we away from the town square?
You've never been here before, so you're not sure.
Approximately in noise.
So you think you're probably a few corners worth away from it.
Proceed on.
Let's
Sort
just
of,
follow the true sky.
sort of taking the lay of the land in.
Okay. Alright, so you continue through the various twists and turns of this village, and the commotion seems to be growing louder and louder, coming from where you imagine the village square is.
I'll just say to everyone else walk through. So, any of you heard of Edesska?
No.
I've never heard of anywhere.
Just now.
No,
Everything's new to me.
I don't say I have. I've never seen it on a map or anything.
So the anything that you haven't heard of, you know, is probably west of the Dust Hollow, which is the horrible, huge, massive sand cloud.
Yeah, just trying to work out an idea roughly where we are.
So you could be.
Because this place is off the map, then we know that we're way off the map. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Glancing around, you see that most of the village is made up of small homes made from sandstone and bricks and low hinged roofs, almost making you feel cramped as you step into this village for the very first time. Finally, you come to the village square then, as you begin to hear some voices from a distance. Wait a man, what? You blasted Jadizrian merchants can't steal our water as well as our freedom! You cower behind your guards, we'll see how to fight you are when you meet my fist!
Have I heard of the guards before? No, not the guards.
The guards, well, you've heard of guards.
Yes, the Terry Pratchett novel, the guards. Read it. It's fantastic.
Brandon, let's go.
So, the merchants. Have we heard of them before?
What, the actual, have you heard the voices of the merchants?
No, because
The name of the merchant.
you called them.
Oh, the Jadizrian.
Yeah.
So you know that Jadizria is a city.
Ah.
Okay, so they've travelled from there to
Or
here.
they're on their way too.
Potentially.
Or they're taking the water from here and going to there.
Potentially.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to just proceed further and see what I can see.
When we walked past the wagons, you said that they were empty. They didn't have goods on them or anything like that.
That's right.
Okay. Okay.
You continue, and you hear a similar torrent of abuse as you step closer and closer through the streets. And you can see that it's littered with loose stone, sandy clusters and the occasional set of eyes that peer out from behind shuttered windows in the direction of the village square. You kind of get a rough idea that you are in the right direction. You see a nearby sandstrider seems agitated as it steps back, muscles on its grey skin protruding as the rope that keeps it tethered to the nearby post grows taut. Yowling out in irritation, the loud noises obviously upsetting the large riding beast. You turn the corner as you follow the throng of villagers now as they gathered in a mass, maybe a few hundred. As you push your way through the crowd to gain a better vantage point to see what's going on, these various bodies bashing and shoving in your way, and you really having to push through. It's like a scent of sweat and musk and like this sort of like hard work. These are humble villagers. These aren't soldiers. There's an air of anger about this crowd. In a small clearing stood just before an old stone well, you spot a set of makeshift barricades, fashioned from tables, and behind those several burly guards wearing yellow flowing fabric, the dusty breeze catching the robes enough to show the shimmer of chainmail beneath. They were pointing halberds and spear tips toward the crowd, and thusly towards you lot. large man, dressed in purple and white robes with a turban wrapped tightly about his large, sweaty face, was trying to calm the crowd. Poking just beneath his turban were a few stray strands of short black hair and a trim moustache beneath his knife-sharp nose. His skin was darkened by the burning twin suns, and he carried an air of authority about him. Behind the barricade, you can see a wagon that would be pulled by sandstriders, but at the moment they seemed to be stationary. On the back of the wagon, you can see what looks like a huge cask, similar to what you find in a tavern, but 2, 3, 4 times as big. And there was a very tiny wooden tap at the bottom of that cask. Then you hear the merchant speak to the crowd. I assure you, we are not here to take over your precious well. We understand how valuable commodity water is in this part of the Beneath. And you hear one of the other crowd members chirp up. Hear that? He calls us the Beneath. He's a bloody high reacher. Now the Sky Cities want our water too. The merchant continues. We want no such thing. We cannot give you what is not here to give. It's our water. It comes from the Pillar of Thirst, from our own ancestors. I am more than aware where it comes from. To be blunt, the well is dry. The water is not flowing from the pillar any longer. What about that? One of the angry mob points to the large cask wagon behind the returned official then, as the merchant furrows his brow and looks at one of the villagers. That is strictly Jadizrian property. We came to collect our regular water quota. It is against the Commonwealth laws to drink from Jadizrian-owned water haulers like this. Now back! The guards will uphold the free people's will. Come any closer, and I have authoritarian writ to issue the guards to slay anyone who tries to steal Jadizrian property. You hear from your immediate right then a voice. Achabas, Magister, Kuf to Jadizra. Give me a history.
All of us.
I mean, Fenrir don't know nothing.
Those of you that are from Veveska.
17.
That's not. I've got good history though. 17.
17. Okay, so you know the word kuf is it's a local slang to call someone in a very unfavourable means.
Yeah.
And achabas is another term of slang to say that someone is corrupt.
Okay.
So he's a corrupt bastard.
So you see where the voice came from. You see,
Doesn't go a bit.
you see to your immediate right. It's a nearby guard. He's dressed in the same yellow robes and armour as the others, but he's leaning on a nearby post close to you, propping himself up against the post, just underneath one of the roofs of the sandstone abodes. He doesn't appear to be trying very hard to stop the crowd, and a few of the angry mob actually seem to respect him. They aren't trying to barge past him, they aren't threatening him, and in fact they almost look sombre, as if they know only too well that he would leave his love nothing more than to be one of the angry mob as well at this point.
Interesting.
So the water in the tank, are we assuming that it's been taken from their well?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Except the wells run dry.
And the wells run dry.
I'm wondering if that
They've
cave we went through, the water was what filled the well, and the cave-ins blocked the water.
Maybe.
But you said the cave-in had been there a while.
Yeah,
So
but
I
the
wonder if
well would have run out
run out,
over a period.
because
we think.
There would have been a time difference.
All this all full of water, and there's a massive cave back there with tons of water in it.
Yes, the one thing you might have to learn is stupidity runs deep among people. People will fight about anything.
I know what that is.
Stupidity is not wanting to better oneself.
Speaking of that, shall we I think we need to have a word with whoever's in charge here, either side, and
That man.
maybe point out the fact that we've just come through a cave with
I think that man would be the one to speak to.
Yeah.
That
calm
man
things
has a
down
big air
before
of
it gets a
authority
bit more
about
too
him.
violent.
Which one?
The man with a big air of authority about him.
So you do have the guard that's nearby, and the man with authority is behind some armed guards away in front of you.
Yeah, let's go speak to...
The guy trying to calm the crowd.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good at calming people down.
Wait. Who are we going to talk to?
We're going to speak to the guy with the turban because he seems to be a chieftain of the village.
So you're talking about the one at the very front of the crowd.
I thought he was...
No, he's the one who's
Nah,
working
he
for
was-
the...
The one that's nearby to you looks like he is one of the town guard.
But you said there was a guy in a turban.
Yeah,
He's at the front, very
one of
front
the
of the crowd.
merchants.
He looks like, he said he's got a Jadizran
Oh,
authority.
He's come
right.
to take the water away.
I'll speak to the town guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk over and he, leaning on his halberd, he looks over and nods. You look new. I've not seen you around these parts before.
Yes, we've come on a walking holiday.
I'd like to have a flashback to falling out the air, almost dying in a sandstorm, to all the bad things. Yes.
Walking holiday.
Walking holiday.
We were hoping to find some lodging in the village. Can I ask what seems to be the issue?
Ah, yes. So I take it you are new here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then let me introduce myself. I am Sharif Ker. I am a town guard here, with my brothers and sisters in arms. We are not normally this acquainting to those from Jadizra, and he points to a rather returned merchant with the turban on. But they have us under Commonwealth writ. They compensate us with food and materials and gold, and in exchange for a once monthly water pledge. You have come into a difficult time. The people are in uproar as we have found out the wells have run dry in our village. The water came from the Pillar of Thirst. That was our source of clear, fresh water, and has always been free to all the people of Odeska. It is not chargeable. Even travelers such as yourselves are free to drink from the well. It's our way to create a real free people, rather than this farce of free people's law, Jadizra Court. The well ran dry a few days ago. The well water was replenished, but has slowly been getting lower and lower. And today, this official looks over to the merchant and came to town and drained the last of the water from the well in the name of Jadizra. You can imagine the people weren't best pleased and threw up arms very quickly. I am meant to stop them, but I find it very hard to go against my own beliefs. Thankfully, no deaths have been reported so far, but some of the other guards were wounded. Light head wounds, but still. When people come together and get angry, there is a modicum of violence that can happen. The people are not bad. They are dejected because without water, in this heat, we will perish.
My friend, do you have any idea of what happened to your precious source of water?
Your guess is as good as mine. The Pillar of Thirst. It's a day's ride northeast of here. Back into the Salt Crawl, where I believe that you came from.
Well,
I don't know about no pillar, but we came from a cave that was just filled with water.
Ah, the Traveller's Pass, yes. Sadly, that was a pass that most travelers used to take. The water is not fresh, not clean, not safe to drink.
Can you clean it?
Without the pillar of thirst. That is our filtration system.
Did this water used to run through that way?
It did come partially through that way. It ran from the far northeast. The water would run through into the Traveller's Pass. It would be filtered, it would be nice, but something or someone took the passage out.
You suspect sabotage?
I suspect something.
Have you tried to clear the tunnel?
In this heat, in this weather, in all these dust storms recently, no. We have not ventured that far to try and clear. And even if we'd cleared that actual passage with that water, where would it filtrate through without the pillar of thirst?
So, are you telling us that the Pillar of Thirst was destroyed within the cave-in?
No, the pillar of thirst was not there. The pillar of thirst is to the northeast from here. You have come from the north.
West.
Direct. So the south of where I am, you have come up. At least, from what you're describing, that is where the Traveller's Pass is.
How long ago did the well stop there?
Only a few days. The Pillar of Thirst, it's a tower. You really can't miss it. It's a very large tower. You will know if you have been past it. So that is a filtration system that purifies the water from the scorching sea. And via our underground tunnel system. Similar to where it also connects to the Traveller's Pass, this feeds directly into the village well. We have a handful of knights from our local temple of Diathus. They maintain the pillar, but no one has seen them in the last 10 days.
Has anyone been up to the pillar recently?
Yes, we've sent a detachment of our guardsmen to find out what happened, but they never returned. Now most are scared to head out that way and find out.
Well, lucky for you, I don't know what scared means. Pharaoh, what does that mean?
Remember what you felt just before you were going to cross the rope bridge?
Oh, God!
Yeah, there we go.
The guard furrows his brow a little bit. He curious. What a strange man you are.
It's actually a very normal
normal.
man.
He's just suffering from a bit of heat stroke. He'll be alright.
Does anybody think
I'll pull the fully grown adult goblin out of my bag.
Oh yeah. And just be a
And then
little
from the
voice
other
coming.
pocket, I'll take some cave weed.
Ali tricks one of this other voice as you pop out. Oh, there is more of you. Welcome to our desk, our little one.
Oh, thank you.
Does anybody else think the timing is strange? Of these guys having a cave-in and a damaged pillar and us falling from the sky?
We fell out
Could
of
be
the
linked.
sky
2 days ago.
days ago, and they said that this pillar's not been working for 10.
You said 10 days.
No,
He said a 10-day ago when the temple guard
yeah. It's not been working for 2 days.
No, it's 10 days since they haven't talked to the guard.
But
So the knights that go and look after the Pillar of Thirst.
They haven't been
10
seen in
days.
10 days. No.
if it wasn't our crash, it could very still well be those guys going around in their big flying bad
Death
place.
machine.
How long a walk is it to this Pillar of Thirst?
You were looking at about a day to the Pillar of Thirst.
Is there a shop in town?
Or would you be willing to give us resources if we would be willing to go and try and sort this out?
We can also help out this little riot.
Okay, the riot, yes. Let me answer one by one. Well, foreigners always ask so many questions.
Just
We've
a
not
lot
spoken to
thrown at
anyone
us in
else
one
in a
conversation.
while.
As for a general store, yes. You can head to Prodigious Provisions. It's our only general store. The charming Ozul, the one-eyed dwarf, looks after that shop.
You don't happen to have an artisan or crafter there in the village, do you?
No, we are humble, small.
Cock it. Hopefully he has glasses on a rack.
And so, your question?
It sounds like you could do with some investigating around the Pillar of Thirst for some humble resources, maybe some rations.
Perhaps somewhere to stay for the night.
Yeah, maybe somewhere to stay for the
We
night.
can take a look for you.
We'd be happy to go take a look and see if we can resolve this issue for you.
You will do this for our people.
Sounds like you're good, humble people. I come from a similar place, very opposite in temperature, but similar idea.
It's kind of my personal mission as well to help people, so I'm in.
And as someone who has been dying of thirst recently, I can say that I don't want other people to be dying of thirst. It's
None, you've
bad.
learned empathy. This is good.
Empathy.
This is good. Yeah.
I'll write that down.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I left all my quills and stuff in the cave.
Oh yeah.
We'll level with you. We've been trying to get to Best, and I'm guessing we're nowhere near Best.
Best? Oh no. You are very, very far north of Best.
Just how far north? Exactly.
So, Ruveska is here.
Yeah.
Bast is here.
Whoops.
Didn't we start in the middle?
So you actually started in, it would have been the far right of Ruveska.
So we
through the
moved
dust
up.
hollow.
Okay.
So you're trying to fly around through the dust hollow.
I suppose someone's got a map in town, have they? By any chance?
Maybe if you're lucky, if
We do it now.
Well, compared to what they did.
if you'd like a map of Ruveska, my only recommendation is to
Sure.
visit Jadizda. There is a cartographer there.
Right.
You can purchase maps.
Like we said, I'll take a look for you if you give us lodgings and some supplies. And then hopefully you can point us in the right direction to get some sort of transport.
Let me speak with my captain. I can speak. I'm sure he will be delighted. And we can get some supplies to you in exchange for your...
Maybe tell the people here that we're going to go and take a look and not do anything rash until we get back.
That takes me on to the next point. You could help even more. The crowd here, this is the work of Josiah. He is the local loan shark. He rallied the mob. He had them march to the well. And he's disappeared to the watering hole, which is our local tavern. The problem
I
is...
see what you did there.
The problem is... the people listen to his words. He may be a loan shark, but he's well liked around here. Find him. He could call this mob down.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yes,
Okay.
bring a little peace to the residents for a while at least.
And make sure that this doesn't get any worse while we're going to meet Mr. Shark.
I will do my best.
What does he look like?
Well,
You will know him when you see him.
It looks
Okay.
like a shark.
He looks like a shark.
someone tell me what a loan and what a shark is.
Could I trouble you for direction of...
Oh, yes, of course. So you need to head west. West from here. And keep going west. Literally straight down the street. You will see the town of Watering Hole.
Can we see the sign from here?
Is the local shop near it?
Oh, yes, so that is just slightly to the north. So once you get to the watering hole, follow the street that leads up to the north, and you will be at the general store.
Splendid, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my friend. We'll get back to you when we've had a chat with this fella.
I will speak to you soon. May the twin suns be with you, and the shade not far behind.
To you too. Another hat.
Yes. what you said.
Deep problem if you never have the suns to begin with. Just saying.
Right, so I'll tell him again. Right, so looks like we've got a few things to do. Should we go and have a chat with this fellow and get him to call whatever the hell this is going on?
Yeah.
If he doesn't want to listen, perhaps we can persuade him otherwise.
Good idea.
Well, we do have quite a persuasive friend.
We do.
So, do you need to know the man's name, or are you okay? The guard that you just
Lone
spoke-
Shark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr.
So it
Lone
was,
Shark.
his name was Sharif Kel.
Cool.
Sheriff Cal.
Oh, the guy, that's the guy who we were just talking to.
Yeah, you were just speaking to Sharif Kel. You were looking for someone called Jasena.
Is his friend Deputy Cal? Deputy Kev.
Deputy Kevin.
Deputy Kevin? King Cal? Kevin Cal? What are we doing? Right, sorry. Sheriff Cal. Small village, head to watering hole.
And speak to Mr. Lone Shark.
Shark. Shop north.
Head to the watering hole then.
Said to the watering hole.
Water.
Okay. You head off in the direction of the water hole. You can still hear the crowd, the anger, the shouting, the constant banter between the merchants.
Between the lads. Having a lovely time.
Between the merchants and the people of Modeska. For now, at least, this is some sort of home, some sort of relief from the burning desert sands that you've been traversing through.
This is
Eventually,
luxury compared to that.
Lovely.
walking through the streets, you can see people going about their day. People throwing out piss pots from the top of windows.
Oh, it's been a while since we've seen some piss pots.
Fucking do that shit here as well, do they? Fucking disgusting.
Sweeping just outside the front porches as the gust of sand and smoke billows up into the air. After a few moments, the sand is back on the porch and they have to do it all over again. Hence desert life.
We'll just turn around.
Desert life.
Desert life. Desert life.
It's everywhere, sand.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's cold. It's rough. Irritating.
Do you want to go and kill some sand?
Though the shutters were barred and the doors were closed, the sign of a water well with a large hand pulling a flagon of ale from said well adorned a well-painted acrylic wooden sign, if a little dust-stained. The sign swung freely in the afternoon breeze. It's afternoon, by the way.
Lovely. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
And seemed a welcome sight. You stepped through the massive villagers who had congregated on the outside. The watering hole was more alive in the long hours of the day than it had been during the normal daylight trading hours. As you stepped through the doors,
Oh, bless Shark.
as you stepped through the doors, the tavern was ablaze.
Oh god!
Get back out. Get back out.
I can't What enough fire!
Problem solved, he's dead.
Yeah, sorry.
The tavern
crowd
was
is
ablaze with the light of Sand's bright lamps, and its common room rumbled with the clamour of 100 raucous conversations. People huddled together in tiny booths, gossiping on the latest rumblings from around Odeska, which seemed mainly to be the angry mob. As you passed through the entrance, you noticed another large tapex, wearing a reddish-brown leather armour, and he seemed to be guarding the door, his arms crossed, as he looked towards all 5 of you. He just grunted. Not necessarily a welcome, more likely a warning that any trouble and you'll be removed by force. Flagons of ale, steins of beer, bottles of pungent vodka and glasses of dark wine were carried to the patrons throughout the building's 3 levels. Carried upon wide copper trays by the buxom, strong-armed beer maidens.
Wait.
Employed by the establishment's roguish proprietor. Notes of music crawled through the rooms as a bearded performer worked a nickel harper and bellowed salacious desert shanties out for all to hear.
Chris is going to sing.
La, la, la.
I'm not going to do any of those shanties for you.
Oh.
Not yet, anyway.
Glasses of dark fruits scattered about the lake.
A long, sun-stained, cast wooden bar dominated one side of the common room, as if, like much of the other furnishings, they had been plied from around the village and given a use. They are humble people after all, as the guard told you. Patrons flocked to the counter, loudly shouting for more drink. Miners with salt-encrusted pickaxes would brush shoulders with tired-looking farmers, their fingers and hands scarred from the tools of their trade. Drovers propped their boots in the copper rail that ran along the base of the bar and swapped lies about other drovers. Gamblers engaged in a game of Sundrench, a local card game of choice, or hunched around a small circular table, billows of pipe smoke wafting into the roof of the tavern. Only at one spot, you notice, was the bar not crowded. Towards the back of the common room, for a dozen feet, there was an open space. Within that space, only 3 people stood. The 3 individuals had been there for some time now by your estimations. Yet none of the inmates of the tavern intruded on their privacy. An occasional wave was given from one of the men to local patrons who passed on by. Whoever they were, they seemed respected by other patrons.
I think that might be our boy.
It's the arsehole.
Yes, I'm assuming that's Mr. Sharp.
So all we need to do
Stab him.
is... Not yet, Chops.
Alright.
Not yet.
You don't really tell me what a loan shark is because you're eager to stab the guy.
We're not even... We don't want to stab the guy. We just want to convince them to ease the crowd so that we can go and do our mission.
Shall we go get the lay of the land a bit? So spread out and have a chat with some of these people, find out what's what. I mean, we want to just go straight over and confront this fella straight away.
Oh, we're just going to go straight over.
Kind of
Yeah,
ease him.
I'm totally for just going and talk to him.
That's not a smart way of doing it. Let's go and have a chat. Talk to some of the patrons, see what they have to say. And then, when we get the chance, we'll go and see what this fella's about.
Let's all go talk to
Let's not do
people
anything rash.
here around this tavern.
Hide over to the bar. To the barman.
You're going to go up to the barman?
Yeah.
You go up to the bar,
Yeah.
but you...
We'll just stand at the bar and just see if there's anyone at the bar.
Okay. As you stood at the bar, you don't see anyone that looks to be serving at this time. You see a few patrons taking
drinking
a drink of
outside?
ale. And you see a barmaid that's just coming from the back. She looks over your way and goes, I'll be right with you, love.
No
And then
problem.
she darts off to serve a few more drinks.
I'll talk to the guys next to me. That's quite the trouble I had today, isn't it?
A rugged man with a very long whiting moustache turns around to you. He also has a wrap around his head, a few stray strands just hanging loosely. It's humanoid. Aye, it is a lot of trouble.
I think you fellas have got the right idea, staying in here out of it.
We would be out well if we have thirst to quench. I work the fields. I work the farms. I work all day. And then I come home to this ruckus.
Yeah.
But it's for a good cause. Without water,
Yeah, I didn't quite
how
get
do we drink?
What was going on out there? I mean, we just come into town and we're just wondering what the hell was actually happening.
Jadizra, they send their wagon and they want to claim the water. Wait, my friend, you're not from here, are you?
No, we literally just come into town.
So you are, Deska. We are a village. We are connected to Jadizra. We are tithed to them. They demand certain things. There's a few villages which are connected to... have you been to Viveska? Do you know much about Viveska?
Bits and pieces.
Well, each city we are connected... Each city is connected to villages like us.
Yeah,
They own our villages.
I get it. I'm from Colonial myself. A similar sort of thing happens there. You got to pay taxes and whatnots to your lords above and
Yes.
such. I'm guessing similar kind of system here.
Similar, yes. Though do not speak much that you're from colonial land here, especially with the impending war.
I thought that was over. Well, at least for now.
Nah. He sort of leans back and you notice he's got a pipe in his hand and he takes a puff from the pipe. Not some of the rumours that I've been hearing. There is trouble north again.
There's always trouble north.
Aye.
Trust me, I'm down here trying to get away from the trouble.
Best place for it. Common folk like us. We don't like to fight. Why everyone can't get on, I will never know.
Exactly my thoughts as well.
You've travelled far.
A fair old distance. I can say the desert's a bit of a cruel mistress, to say the least.
Oh, out there in the deserts, yes. This is why you need water. This is why the people are so angry. Without water, it becomes very unsafe.
I'm beginning to see that, yeah. So what happened to the water?
A few days ago, the water stopped running. Before that, what I'm told, the knights, they went to protect, to run. They are at an order of Diathes, a local temple around here. The knights went forward and they always maintain the Pillar of Thirst. That is where our water comes from. That was a few days ago. Well, a few days ago since we had any water. Though we did not know, the guard did not tell us that the water had stopped coming from the Pillar of Thirst. That's why the people are so angry. They've been drinking rather than rationing.
I can see the issue there. Certainly not a good situation. I'm guessing they've sent people to see what's going on with that.
I heard that they sent guards, but we've not heard anything back. Who knows? Still no word. At least not what I've heard.
Yeah, not a good situation at all. I would imagine somebody's got to have some water, right? I mean, on the down low, someone stocking some away somewhere, right? In case a situation like this happened.
If you find them, you tell me. I will buy that water from them.
You always get those kind of shady fellas around that can get stuff that other people can't get, shall we say.
The only person like that around here would be Josiah.
Oh, who's that?
He sort of points over into the corner there. These three individuals were, and you see a very tall individual with a light blue complexion, with what looked like pure onyx stone embedded into his features wherever flesh was visible. and a tuft of red hair that spilled out from beneath his wide-brimmed hat. He's featured as a rugged handsomeness about them, with a very hawkish snout and piercing sapphire eyes. Scales of radiant silver offered an obvious guess as to his Lochaean heritage, or lizard folk, for those not from this part of the world. A long coat seemed to encompass his figure, but around the waist he had bound by a wide belt which hung a Vivescan curved scimitar and a flintlock pistol. That is Gisea.
Oh, I see. Is he a friendly enough fellow to go chat to, for instance, if I happen to stroll across that way?
As long as you don't get on his bad side. But around here, we're all the same, huh?
Barmaid, just as she's come back, get our fellas a drink. I just point to the guy next to me. Thanks for the information, pal. And I give him a tap on the back and chuck
You'll be safe.
Couple of silvers down for the drinks.
How's that pint?
I'll have what he's having.
Method acting.
And I'll head over to these guys and go, yep, that's our guy.
Already on my way to it.
To Gisea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead, we're kind of hurriedly go
Yeah,
with them.
stop him from just going into something stupid.
Just quickly,
Yes.
attunement on the pistol. I'm guessing it's happened.
You only have to spend an hour with items to achieve.
Yeah, you're gonna have to spend a while.
Oh, okay. So in the cave while I was collecting water, I didn't think to look at it.
Not if you were collecting water, you can focus on that task.
Oh.
I mean,
I'm sure you said something like that whilst you were doing your meditation type thing.
I think
you
you
were
were-
collecting water for all of it.
you were meditating as well, but you weren't.
No,
Pretty sure you just said you were meditating. You didn't say that you
because
were.
I know I probably didn't.
So you can attune to it, but maybe if you sleep somewhere.
Yeah, that's fine. If we rest tonight, I'll change it. Fine.
So you're heading over.
He's trying to stop him.
Fenrir, are you trying to stop him?
Not necessarily stop him, but just make sure he's not unattended.
Why?
I'll kind of rush over to you and go, don't let him go on his own.
You think so little of me.
No, this guy could do some... We don't want to get across the wrong side of
What's
it,
his name?
shall we say. Maybe leave it to those of us that are a bit
Lizard
more...
face.
Lizard face.
Hello, you must be the lone
I
child lizard
have
face.
no idea what you're talking
Jiraiya?
about.
Is it Jiraiya?
Josiah or something?
Josiah? The shark?
The lone child.
Jiraiya?
Gisea.
Josiah. That's it.
Fine.
While these guys are all doing that, Moss Chops is going to go to the bar. He's fucking knackered.
Oh yeah, Moss Chops hasn't had a good drink in a while.
Just going to clamber up onto the stool. Okay. Those guys are more than capable of handling this. Barkeep.
Okay, so you see one of the barmaids who comes out. She points over to the corner and points to one of the other individuals in the conversation. She goes, he'll be right over. And you can see that one of the people in the conversation, he seems to be locked into conversation with Gisea and another individual. This man, he's a very dark-skinned man, piercing blue eyes, a chiseled chest that's very on display. He's topless, and he has blue glowing runic symbols that are etched into his skin, running from one side of his body all the way up to wrap around his right arm, stopping just beneath the underline where his ear met his accented jaw.
Cool.
He was cleaning a pint glass at that moment with a very dirty, dust-covered rag. Little tiny autumn brown leaves made up the mass of hair that hung haphazardly down his powerful back.
He sounds interesting.
Yeah. It's a lovely looking fella.
He's stunning.
The barmaid looks
What a
over and she
beautiful
goes, yes, he will be Give him a few moments.
What's his name?
That is Dajuan.
My attempts at spelling these are great. I'm just doing them like phonetically. What was his name?
Dajuan. Dajuan.
I was almost there.
Okay, that's done. That's his name.
One day we're gonna meet like a Tim or a Chris.
He looks overly decorated for a barman.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, all the running tattoos.
Cool. Just gonna wait then.
Okay.
I'm gonna head
falling
up
asleep on the
to
bar.
say to you two. Do you two want to go chat to our friend over there?
Wow, so we're
Mate, we're going to go and sit over here and keep an eye on what's going on.
No, I'm gonna go for the conversation.
No, too many people and that guy's going to get a bit too sketchy.
Delightful.
Let me put it this way. If you were a fellow that was into dangerous things and three slightly intimidating fellows came your way and demanded you did something, it's going to erupt in violence. We'll stay out the way,
Maybe I want to be
keep an
close.
eye, and then when it does come up in violence, we can jump in.
Ranger, would you
Maybe I
mind
want to be close by so I can make sure it
joining
never
me
gets
for
to
an
We can be
inside
close
conversation?
by.
With magic that I have just learned.
We can be close by.
Just let me sort this.
No,
While
I've never seen you so
point at
confident.
this new spell I got
Yeah, I've never seen you so confident before.
that's been open on that page for a
I'm gonna
couple
go take
hours
us.
now.
Do we want to let him do this?
Still, I'll be there. It'll be okay.
I'm under the understanding that I just let Norm do what he wants. Just he'll be okay. He'll be
Okay, Norman.
Let's do this, guys.
I sit down with Zio and leave the new confident Norm.
Yeah,
I'll be
okay.
like,
Leave him to it.
Okay,
Norman, you
I learned
you
what
go.
the confidence is.
okay. Fenrir and Norm,
So, okay, Norm, Fenrir.
the dream team.
Going in.
Okay, the dream team. You
I'll
all
say
walk
to
off
Fear
towards-
Tormo again. By the way, the old Jackson there and his little thing. That might be a good little bargaining chip.
You can't sell
Worst comes to
Jackson.
worst.
You can't sell that.
Jackson in his poison water.
Yeah.
Is he actually alive still?
How is Jackson? Yes.
Oh,
He lived in the poison
Jackson,
water.
okay. He's fine. He's in his little water.
And I can
He's
also
special.
cleanse such water as well. With a ritual, if need be. So we have a big pot full of water that we can trade for something.
you can do it for free and you haven't offered to give water to this entire village.
They do a certain amount of water at a time.
You can do it for free.
Yeah. They don't know that yet. Don't give anything away for free. Just yet.
Well, you can purify
I'm
water.
not going to stay there all fucking week purifying water.
They're just bringing buckets
been my
everyone there
job
this
for
time.
life.
Do you think this is what Jesus Christ did when he went to, you know...
Yeah, they're like, oh, that's
he
really
turned the
handy,
water-
actually.
I ain't staying there all week turning water to wine.
Yeah, God. I'm bored
Savior
of
of the village. Somewhere else.
Plus, that water's going to run out of it.
Bye.
Okay.
Right, Norman, let's do this.
Let's fix the big problem and get the main water back where it should be.
So the two of you walk towards the three individuals. At that point, the Dajuan turns and leaves the conversation and begins to walk back towards the
He
bar.
wants his bloody beer.
He passes you as you're on your way. Dajuan sees you then at the bar. And he slips behind the bar with his rag and just finished wiping his
He's going to
glass.
pull out a gun there. He's going to
Just touch the empty glass on
Desperado's
the
good.
bar top. Oh, welcome to the watering hole. You seem new. I don't think I've seen your face before, little one.
I am new. How very astute. My name is Boss Chops.
Boss
Very nice to meet you.
My name is Dajuan. I am proprietor here at the watering hole.
Fine establishment.
Why, thank you very much. How can I help you?
Whiskey, your finest.
Whiskey? That I couldn't do. And he quickly goes behind the bar, pulls up an old decanter, and pops it. Slides it your way in the glass. That will be full copper.
Full copper.
Thank you very much.
Cheap.
I'm going to shout across to him. Fire up there, Moss.
Oh yeah, 2 for these guys as well.
That two coming right up. Hold on. You get pulls at 2 more glasses.
8 more copper.
Let's go. Thank you. So you have just arrived into Odesca.
Yeah.
How do you find our hospitality with all the ruckus and the noise?
Well, to be honest, it's a welcome change from blinding dust and being hunted by sky pirates.
Well, it sounds like you have had quite a little adventure.
You could call it that. I just don't want to do that again.
Which sky pirates did you encounter?
I don't know. They're in a bloody great big flying fortress type thing, and they shot the ship that we were on out of the sky.
My condolences for if you lost anyone.
Oh no, I only know these guys.
Then luck is with you.
Hopefully. I mean, didn't die. Yeah. I just need to drink a little bit to forget the last couple of days.
Understandable. Perhaps you would like the bottle for gold.
Fuck it, yeah.
Slide you a full
Seems worth
bottle
it.
of the whiskey.
Take your gold off.
Norm's getting fucked up later.
Well, I should be back to work. Seems I have a few rowdy customers. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you for your hospitality.
I have no idea how long the commotion outside will be. Not that it bothers me. I mean, far from it. Look at the business I'm putting in a day right now. But yes, a little peace and quiet from time to time gives me enough time to pull the casks in from the cellar, and that wouldn't be the worst thing to happen. If you need anything, I'll send over one of my girls. They'll fetch your orders. And if you need to stay, we do offer rooms.
I might be interested in that. Talk to you later about it.
As you
After this bottle of whiskey.
And if you need any food, let me know. There's plenty on the menu. And he points over to the board, which is like a chalkboard. And it's had various scribblings on. You can see this says you've got ale by the gallon, two silver pieces, ale by the mug, 4 copper pieces, similar to the whiskey price. There's a food banquet per person, which is 10 gold pieces. There's a loaf of bread for 2 copper, cheese hunk, which is 1 silver piece. There's a meat chunk, which is 3 silver pieces. There's a pitcher of wine, 2 silver pieces. A finer wine, which is 10 gold pieces. And there's the Odescan cuisine, which is 1 gold piece.
How much is the meat?
The hunk of meat, the chunk of meat is 3 silver pieces.
I'll have a chunk of meat.
That's a chunk of meat.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll get one of the girls. Frida, she will bring it to you.
Thank you very much.
And he sort of marches back off into the kitchens.
Well, I'm sat down with give me a little nudge and go, these barmaids taking your fancy?
To be honestly truthful, after Trish, no one really catches that.
I'm sure you'll find another sooner or later. Look, here comes Moss with hot drinks.
Yes, I think that is a good idea though. After what we've been through, almost drowning in sand and then water, walking for day on end, I think a drink is probably well deserved.
Well, we'll sit back and have a drink and see how this goes down, shall we? We're watching those two go over.
Yeah, I was going to say the 3 of us are sat down, I assume, watching
Those two go over.
within earshot.
Yeah, okay. So you see them go over. So, as the 2 of you head over, you see that the other individual with the Giselle is a rather huge woman. She's got dark skin. She's seemingly made from rock. Or some type of precious stone. Tiny etchings of gold seemingly embedded into her flesh. She's bold, with fiery ruby red eyes, and was adorned in a very simple white tunic and baggy sandy breeches. She's carrying a similarly large, even by this woman's stature, curved Vescan scimitar, and seemed to be quite closely positioned to Josiah.
Okay.
As you approach, Josiah looks over with a kind of toothy grin. How can Josiah help you?
Josiah, it is an honour and a pleasure to meet such a respected and well thought of man. I've heard your name a lot as I've been through this village, and I've only been here for about 20 minutes.
Oh, pray tell, who told you my name?
We met a guard outside near the ruckus. He speaks highly of you. And your well-decorated barman friend, I'll say.
The jeweler. And the name of the guard. Who was that?
I did have that written down. Sheriff Kell.
The Sheriff Kell. But he's too kind, is he not? Pointing me out like that. I must thank him personally later on.
The thing is, my friend Josiah, is that he pointed you out for good reason. We requested, if it's okay with you, just 5-10 minutes of your time. For a good reason, we hope, for you as well.
Then you may have 10 minutes of Josiah's time.
Thank you very much.
Sit. Let's make ourselves more acquainted.
Thank you very much, my friend.
And then the lizard man sits down at the table.
I will.
His radiant silver scales just flickering in the torchlight.
Awesome.
As he leans on one arm, the very powerful woman steps behind him. She doesn't sit. She just seems to back out slightly into the shadows, but there's still a glinting of the gold that's embedded into her skin. And Josiah points over to his acquaintance and says, "Do not mind Naza. She just likes to look over me."
What's the name? NASA.
Naza.
Nice.
She's not very foreign for you, isn't it?
That's good.
NASCAR.
That's
Not NASCAR, but Naza.
Close enough.
Hey, Josiah, we have a proposition for you that
Well, this makes the conversation very interesting to start with.
I would hope so. So, as we understand it, you have respect, pull, influence to the villagers around here.
They all seem to really love you.
I have a way with them. Yes.
That might be what we need. See, we hear that there is at the moment, unknown issue with the source of the most important commodity, the Pillar of Thirst, I hear, has run dry.
Yes, you have heard correct. That is what most are in anger of around here.
And I imagine this is something that would damage your livelihood as well.
It stops income. It stops investment.
Which is not good.
No.
No. See, we think that we might be able to help. We're willing to help. We know that there is knights that have gone up there and not come back. We are confident and brave enough that we'll be able to go up there and hopefully resolve this issue for you. But that might take some time, and it would be for nothing if we came back and found that these villagers had pulled these merchants apart and maybe caused
Silly.
more issue between them and their oppressors.
All we're asking is for this little riot in the making to just calm down a little while we're having our investigation. If we can fix the problem, then everybody's happy. If we can't, we'll either be dead or We'll come back, we'll say there's nothing we can do, then we can make the plan from there. But I'm really optimistic that everything will be just fine. Because I can't help but feel like we are really owed a win at this point. Staring up towards the sky.
And what makes you think I can do anything about Europe?
People outside will listen to you.
They may listen to me. What do I gain out of this? You say that business will pick up, but maybe I could do with something else.
Well, it sounds like you might have had something on your mind. Is there something that you require that maybe we could aid you with at the same time?
What are your plans after? Let's say you go to the Pillar of Thirst. Let's say that you find out the problem and you solve it. And the roads are opened and people can come and go. What is your direction?
Well, Josiah, our ultimate aim at the moment is a long way from here. Our ultimate aim is Bast.
Bast?
Honestly, I don't really know why I'm going to Bast. I'm just following these guys because it's great.
Norm's a free spirit.
There is nothing wrong with being a free spirit, my friend. You always stick true to you. And if you want to borrow some money, you come see me.
Oh. As soon as I figure out what I actually spend money on, I'll be able to use it all.
I may need something delivered to Jadisra.
Okay.
I've been hearing that all the time. Where is that?
It is to the west.
How many days travel?
2 days travel.
Oh, we just did that. We can do that again, and hopefully we'll be less
Hopefully it'll
death.
be easier conditions than the last 2 days.
It's not
of
going to be
travel.
death caves or sandstorms or pirates.
So,
It's not going to be death caves, sandstorms or pirates, is there?
or skeletons.
This is
Or
the
snow.
west guy.
Or rope bridges.
Who knows?
At least we're warned this time.
So if we deliver what you need delivered,
To Jadisra.
yeah, you will disperse the crowd and keep the calm in the village
Yes.
to allow us
Yes.
to go and hopefully rectify this village's situation.
Yes.
Could we then be guaranteed kind of good rations and good supplies for when we leave?
I will give you 2 sandstriders.
Oh, I've always wanted one
That
of
will
them.
help with the travel.
Alright.
And I will supply you with rations.
Excellent.
If we forget this all sorted, then we'll have plenty of water anyway, so win-win.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think we have a deal, Josiah. If you're willing.
I am.
Okay.
Just spits in his hand and
Fenrir, much bigger and more horrific spit.
I was waiting for an acid spit over his hand.
You can
shake your hand.
feel your own hand moves from the velocity of the spit.
I'm just staring at my own hand, wondering, should I do it?
Acid spit.
yeah, no acid spit, no acid spit.
Throws up over it.
I'll send it a mage hand instead. Just very cool.
just shakes the mage hand. Good doing business with you.
Thank you.
You must accompany me, Mama. After all, I do not want them to hurt me.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm gonna go. I'll come with you. I'll come with you.
Let's go get the friends.
You're taking the bull too. Okay. Desire, do you have a small party with us?
Goodbye. Enjoy the mob. Bye. Shots. We're there just like.
Most Chops is already dead.
Moss Chops is like horizontal.
The last bit of the whiskey in the bottle.
So, who of those are you planning to? Like, who's going with Josiah?
Well, I'll go. Shall we go? Well, like give the boys a kind of.
Makes sense for the majority of us to go. Yeah.
Are you gonna go? Yeah.
Yeah, I was joking about how much I drank.
Are you going with Leslie or not?
I'll just stay in the tavern and drink all day long.
So maybe as
I'll just drink the last bit of whiskey and go, the match, and then we'll forget.
as we walk past, can I just kind of gesture to the guys like, come with us, without making it massively obvious?
Yeah.
Can you gesture like that again?
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, you
I think she wants us to go with it.
Yeah, you get that sort of wink.
I think Fenrir is just had some sort of attack.
That reason I'm very good at winking.
A facial spasm.
I think that's supposed to be the signal, but
So when Josiah stands,
I do not know.
you know he's about 7.5 foot tall now.
Awesome.
And you can see that his hands and his feet are actually quite large. Perfect for shifting
across sand.
Over sand.
Yeah, awesome.
And he begins to stride the door. You see people start to part for him as he heads out. And Naza is not far behind. She doesn't necessarily stand next to him, but she stays far enough
Always
back.
there. Yep.
I'm bewildered by her. Big lady.
He's like, where am I going?
Every time we go in, someone seems to fall in love.
Yeah, that's the way.
I think Norm's in there.
And Josiah heads toward the angry mob with you in tow. The shouting of voices has grown considerably since you were in the town. But it continues to build until I can find the angry mob.
Angry mob sound.
It's under football riot.
Where is it? We'll get there.
Well, I did this in post-op.
You haven't accidentally deleted it from your list, have you?
No angry mob here.
No.
Quite peaceful mob.
Really peaceful mob.
process.
Jesus.
We sat around.
It's like,
peaceful.
we would like water back when it's convenient.
It's not too problematic.
Yeah. What do you want? Water. When do we want it? Yeah, whenever.
Deadly opposed to what happened, but we don't want to do anything about it.
So, yeah.
The shouting and voices.
I'm up.
It's a long way through that pub.
Yeah, it was quite
It's a big pub, man.
It is, to be fair, it's a 3-tiered pub.
It's the one pub in town. It's going to be a big pub.
It's like that
Unless it's
barrage
busy,
outside. We just all walked around in a circle before we went through the front door.
The shouting of voices has grown quite considerable since you last passed the village square. One of the guardsmen, you notice, is now clutching the side of his head, blood dripping down his brow as though a stone had been lunged at him.
Oh.
Josiah strolls toward the mob, and they begin to lessen their anger, parting like a tide from the scorching sea, bidding him to walk to the centre of the commotion. As he does, the mob begins to close back in, and you're kind of forced to push and shove your way back through the crowd to finally stand behind Josiah.
The casual
The
one.
important merchant, or the magister, he sees Josiah and looks relieved, but also a little unsure of why the loan shark is heading his way. He takes a quick glance to Sandstriders. You kind of get the impression that he's making sure they're still tethered and ready to leave at the drop of a hat. Or the drop of a turban.
Great. Appropriate.
Eventually, Josiah addresses the crowd. My people, you have every right to be angry. Our rulers in Jadizra would have us give them our very last drop of blood if they could. But this is not how we, the Odescan sons, conduct ourselves. Is it not? We are better than that, no. I bring you good news. Here, our friends, they have vowed to travel to the Pillar of Thirst and find out what has happened to our water. They'll find out why the Temple of Diathus has condemned us to wither away without sustenance. So please, disperse. Let the Magister have a moment's peace. Pick up your brothers in arms in our very guardsmen. Wash their sins away, for allying themselves with our watchers in Jadizra. Quell our fiery vengeance, and let our new friends make an expedition to the north. Let them return as heroes. You can tell now as Josiah is speaking, the crowd becomes less and less agitated. They seem hopeful that someone wants to try to resolve the issues. Josiah suddenly takes a step towards the wagon then, where this casket water haulage is. And in the meantime, drink! And with that, Josiah unsheaths the scimitar and slashes the tap, opening the valves as the last of the well water just begins to spill out onto the sandy ground.
Illegal.
The crowd rush forward, the guards soon overpowered. Cupping the water in their hands, they grab nearby flasks, filling all they can as the Magister looks really, really angry. Storming toward Josiah, but before he too is carried off by the crowd from the oncoming rush of that mob, unable to break free from the mass of people rushing to get fresh, clean water before it all dissipates into the sand. Josiah steps back then as they all rush past him. I'm sorry for picking you into the thick of it, my friends. But do the task I promised. I vowed to get you to past.
Sounds good.
I can... you deliver this package. A friend of mine will be able to get you passage aboard an airship.
That's wonderful. We
love airships.
Big fans.
Big fans. Love an airship. Seasoned flyers.
I promise you will be in Bast in 4 days.
Did you say we'll be Bast in 4 different ways?
Okay. What do you need? What do you need delivered?
So sorry, what's the time?
Yeah.
So now it's around about. It's coming into about 6 o'clock-ish.
So we can go in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, I was more.
Good night's rest.
I was
Have some
thinking
food.
tavern, rest, food,
sleep. Early morning.
shop,
off
go.
we go. Or shop before we go back to town.
Yeah, shop before tavern. Shop still be open? Shop still be open?
Not right now? You think possibly they might be closed?
We go in the morning.
Shop
In the morning. Bright and early.
So usually in the deserts when the night comes, it's very cold. People don't like to be out.
This package,
Yes.
I'm gathering we're going to receive it on our return to the village.
On your other time.
Large? Small? Alive?
Tell me when to stop my hands.
You see, he looks over to you, Chops, and goes, similar size.
That's not too big.
We've carried that a few times.
Yeah.
Yes?
I'm guessing if we got a wagon with the Senate Striders, then
Yes, true.
won't be
Yeah,
too much of an issue.
I don't see an issue with it. If you
Give it to. Who do we give it to?
On your return, I will tell you.
Okay.
Yeah. One mission at a time.
Did you say there was lodging at the tavern?
Yeah, I think so.
There wasn't there?
Oh, what's that?
There was room.
There
He
was.
offered room.
So, yeah, the conversation was that there were
Yeah.
rooms available.
Yeah.
And I saw him eating.
What you saw?
I was
Yeah,
yeah.
it was me.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I would have brought it back to the table.
Yeah, well, I was just
Eating in
Being
front
like,
of you.
nom, nom, nom.
just assuming there was food there. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, we could always retire for a drink.
Yeah. Gentlemen,
How's that?
wish you good night. Sleep well. Welcome to Augusta.
And you.
Thank you,
He
sire.
disappears, slinks off into the night. Yeah.
Like vertical.
Yeah, like you just see him then get to like a nearby building, just.
That guy's cool.
I can see why everyone likes him.
That guy is terrifying. Let's go for a drink.
Why do we keep having to courier dodgy packages?
He hasn't said it's
I
dodgy
once
yet.
told you on a bet that I was gonna like bet that it was the exact same one. Like, I would have laughed so much if it was the same evil boss.
The
from
same
last
fucking
time.
thing, keep it away from me.
Well, technically, one package we have couried is Norm, and he seems to be paying off rather well.
You had so little faith in me that you thought I was gonna screw that up, but oh look, now we're friends with the lizard man and with the big lady, and everyone in the town's having water.
I'm guessing the big lady
Walked off with it.
just
I'll give you a slap on the
You look around and
well
you can't
done.
see her anyway.
gone.
Gone.
Okay.
Bye, not some.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll see her again. Come on, off to the tavern we go.
Yeah.
And as the mob dies down and you begin to walk back to the tavern, you see the dim lights in the distance and ready to have a room for the night
Cool.
and see where the adventure takes you next. And that's where we'll hold it.
We're actually going to sleep somewhere.
Not in a cave.
Not in a cave.
We're gonna eat real food and drink
We're actually
real
going to have
drinks.
food and drink.
Yeah, you actually made it to society.
That's
Look at that.
great. Yeah.
God, I thought
And
it
now
was-
we're willingly walking into danger instead of just life being miserable.
See, if this was a movie right now we'd have the intro sequence appearing for the whole movie.
That was just the pre.
I can't.
Yeah, that was that little
I got
prequel
so
song.
close to drowning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like, in the cave. Get him out of the cave. Back in the water. Oh my god, get him out.
Oh, I seem to be dying of oxygen starvation.
Yeah. I liked your mind
stuck in a
frame
bush.
of like, oh well, I'm really poisoned anyway, so yeah, get in there.
I was in the frame of mind as it can't get more poison.
You can.
There's no point in me leaving and being like, go back and being like, I'm more poisony.
I think, you get thrown into like a pit of snakes and you get bit by one poisonous snake.
You're like,
and then you think, I'm alright now. Just another bite.
You just build up a tolerance to it. Eventually,
Eventually, I'll be
you'll die.
I'll be
One of those.
resistance level for poison goes through
It's
the roof.
like being on fire. If you then are more on fire,
It doesn't really make a difference.
it's fine.
It's still on fire.
Yeah.
Two fires don't make no fire, so therefore just be more
That
on
is
fire.
the saying, isn't it? Two fires don't
If
make
you get
no
two
fire.
fires and combine them though, it's just one fire. It's just big.
Exactly.
And maybe we need a book of wisdom, the wisdom of Normand.
Yeah,
Two fires don't make it fire.
Oh, God.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us in Channel Devonity.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Stay safe. See you next time.